This is a demo video for my submission for the Multilingual Hackathon created by lingo.dev, right? So, lingo.dev, first of all, is an AI open source localization engine designed for developers to automatically translate software's interfaces into multiple languages. And outside that, you can also turn your LLM into a stateful translation API. So it has lot of languages that you can use, right, and integrate into maybe into your CLI or models or whatever applications you might want to build. Now, for this hackathon, I thought of why don't I just build something as related to cybersecurity, since I have strong interest in cybersecurity and also in phishing. My friend, a close friend of mine, was actually being scammed due to a phishing message just because she fell into that trap. And online scam has actually caused victims billions of dollars every year. That's affected people all over the world, but most detection tools are designed for only language, and that made me build what I named SmartDetect. Now, when you visit SmartDetect for the first time, what these actually do is that a language mode actually appears, allowing you to select your preferred language throughout the entire process. And this makes it accessible. Actually, it makes this tool, this platform, accessible globally. So with ScamDetect, users can select their preferred language. And in it here, I have a feature which is the analyze message. So you can paste in a message, maybe a message that was received on email, SMS, or WhatsApp, just to detect if it's something as related to phishing. So for now, I will copy this message, which I already have here in my notepad, to make the process fast, and paste this. Right now, this is a Spanish language, and I maybe I receive a mail in related to Spanish, or someone just send me this thing, and I just figure out, okay, let me just copy this message and just analyze what it's all about. Then I can decide to say, I want to translate to English or whatever English language I select here. Then I decide to, okay, I want to analyze this image to see if it's actually message that speaks more of phishing, right? Then after some minutes or a few seconds, yeah, you just wait and you will see the result. Yeah. So you see the result. Now you have this showing, this is the result, having the threat indicator that, okay, this is a domain impersonation. Then AI phishing, which so actually make use of an AI model. I make use of Olama, and for the Olama, I make use of a model GPT 5 OSS Cloud for this to analyze this phishing message. Then it's extract the URL and give you a summary of what it's all about. So yeah, you have this message has been classified as suspicious with a risk of 55/100, right? With this summary, you are able to know that, okay, this message is actually related to phishing. And this educates the user, or let the user know that, oh, I don't need to go ahead, that this message actually looks suspicious. And if you feel like you want to change it to Spanish, or maybe you want to translate to Spanish or French or whatever back. So for instance, let's say I click on Spanish, right? Now this is going to translate the message and everything, the language you've selected, it's going to translate the text on the app itself, and the app interfaces is going to be in the language format you've selected. Now you can read it in your indigenous language that you must have selected. So since I'm not in Spain, I'll just change this back to English, right? Then also in this feature, you also have the scan URL. So you can also upload a URL here. You can copy. So I think I can pick one from Fish Tank. Probably maybe there's a link in a mail that was sent to you, or maybe someone just sent a link. They are like different link, and you feel like, okay, let's scan this to see if it looks suspicious. Then likewise, also something similar to what you did in the analyze message, you can also translate. Also, then you scan the URL, right? And after a few minutes then you scan the URL. Then after a few seconds, you see the result. Now for this, I actually make use of threat intelligence services for this implementation, right? I make use of the fish tank. I make use of virus total API so as not to depend on one in case one fails, right? So I also mix a virus data API, fish tank, and also make use of AI model to implement this URL scanner and to be able to give a better result of what the user needs to know. All right. Yeah. Also, you can upload a screenshot and the OCR, which I make use of. I think I make use of Microsoft Azure OCR for the analysis, right? But I think I was having issue trying to log in into the Microsoft's Azure even after I've set up. After I must have created an account and login, but there was an error issue. But I still implemented the strategy on how that could be done. It's a message. You can select the message you want to upload, right? And then you decide to crop the message area, and that's LCR actually analyze what is in the message, and that's the purpose of what's this. So you can see the crop previewed and the text to be extracted and be sent into the threat intelligence services to analyze, and you have your results just like when you scan the URL and also analyze the message. So the main goal of this tool actually is to make scam detection accessible to everyone and help people stay safe online. And Smart Detect is actually detection tool for everyone. Can you so? But I also have the dashboard also. But before you can access the dashboard, you'd need to like sign up, create an account. And what the dashboard actually do is it gives you the scan history, threat, statistics, and also save report. But as an anonymous user, you can actually still make use of these features, right? But the data are not stored into the database, right? So for the database structure, I make use of Superbase. Now, this is just like a simple flow of how it works. You have the user open the Smart Detect. For the front end, I make use of Nest.js. Yeah, if you're a first time user, you select your preferred language. And if you are not, the UI actually localized to the selected language. That means the one you must have selected before. It's actually stored locally, right, into the local storage of your browser if you've selected the language before. So once you visit the site, you don't need to like select your preferred language anymore, and you can decide to log in if you want to. And if you want to stay as anonymous, you can just not log in. Then you choose your scan type and decide to upload screenshot, right? That's if you want to do the screenshot aspect, that is an image, or you want to analyze the text message. So if you decide to analyze the text message, it send the text language to the backend API that actually have the model, the threat intelligence services, or the integrated. So as for the scam classifier model, right, that I also used because I make use of the virus to I make use of the model, which is GPS OSS 120B cloud from Olama as a scam classifier, right? Then it classifies, and if the scam is detected, maybe there's like a word in the classification or in the explanation that's related to like phishing scam, it lets you know the result is actually set to scam or suspicious. And if it's not there, then it is likely a safe one. Then if also you want to scan your URL, the URL is sent to the backend, and where this is where I make use of the virus total threat intelligence endpoint. And if a malicious indicator is found, it lets you know that okay, this is marked as malicious. And if it is not, then it's marked as safe. Then the backend actually aggregate the URL results and normalize the final results payload, which actually send it to the translation service. And the translation service I use is no other than the lingo.dev. Then the lingo.dev translates the results to the user language. If the user is still logged in, that is, if the user logged in, it sends it to the results to this database, and it's saved as part of the scan history. And if it is not, the history is not saved, but this user still view the final result of what he or she must have selected for the scan type. That's just a simple flowchart of the scam detection tool that I've created. So I hope this help users out there, because I'm really concerned about these scam messages or people being fall into phishing. So it's very important we create awareness for that. And that's the reason for this project. Thank you.